Good morning, everybody. What is going on? All right, so give me a couple moments here while I share out that we are live to everybody. So I will be right back with you guys in a couple moments. So give me a couple minutes, guys. All right. Good morning, everybody. What is going on? So I'm going to start by answering a question that Red and Black Ink in our trade room over here. Guys, if you're just following us on YouTube now and you're not a member of our community, you can come and join us for only $10 a month. We do all our chatting in here. Again, chat's turned off on this live stream. But Red had a very good question. I'm not sure if it's a he or she, but I got to say something. Red, I'm just going to say he, not out of just whatever, you know. Got to be careful what you say now in today's world. So he or she, whoever, right? Ask the question, hi, Best Buy team, need advice. It's been 5.5 months. I'm trading on paper account, and from last 3 months, I've been green consistently. I'm fairly confident that I can move to real money trading small size. What do you recommend? Should I continue paper or try switching to real? I started trading last year in August. Very good question. And, I think he answered his own question right in here of just, this is kind of the progression that we tell people. Number one, always trade in paper, make a few hundred trades. Practice trades, and then when you feel comfortable and you're getting like a 65% win ratio, you're tracking your trades, everything's going well, then start trading real money. But he answered the question. He answered his question right here with small size. That's exactly what you want to do. Scale up with real money, trading small positions, and then slowly scale your way up, right? Makes total sense. Practice, make a few hundred trades. Then when you go to real money, obviously now you're bringing in real emotions. Emotions really can mess with your head. That's why you start small. Start small, get comfortable, and then scale your way up to regular size after you're doing the same progression that you did in a virtual account. 65% win ratio, have at least a 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. So basically meaning if you have a 10-cent stop, make sure you can make at least 20 cents. If you have a 50-cent stop, make sure you can make you can make at least $1. Again, obviously there's no guarantee, but you want to be able to, it's the risk reward, right? Map out support and resistance. Make sure you have room to make at least 2 times what you're risking. And that's really it, guys. There's no guarantees in trading. The best traders in the world still fail 30-40% of the, 30 to 40% of the time. All right, so let's get into the pre-market. and see what is going on. Well, what is going on is the market is dropping like it's hot this morning. It is failing, or it's kind of right in this this channel right here, so you can kind of see this kind of handle within like a cup and handle, you know. But look right here, it's failing the 9 EMA, but it's above the 20 still. So see if it, you know, if it bounces off the 20 and goes up, or what it's going to do. But, you know, handles within a cup and handle always get a little bit messy. So you got to keep an eye on it. So, you know, it may be more of a bearish day today. Who knows? We got to keep an eye on what's going to be happening and see what goes on. So, perfect example, guys. So now I want to show you guys something here. Dan made the watch list last night, so I actually don't have it uploaded into my Thinkorswim, right? So I'm used to, you know, again, when we do our own watch list, it's easier, like, because you created it, you have your own alerts, your own notes, all that kind of stuff, right? But I can say, oh, well, I don't have Dan's watch list in front of me, but what I can do, which is really cool, I can just go over to bullishbears.com, and I can go under alerts, and then stock watch list, and voila. So, guys, we update this every night now. So we put our day trade and swing trade watch list over here under the alert section, stock watch list. We update this every single night for the following day. And the alerts get emailed out every night. So you can come over here and I can see, oh, okay, Dan's got his watch list right here. So I can go and throw these right in over here, FWP. So there's some people that are like, oh, I don't have Thinkorswim. What do I do? How do I take those symbols and put them into my brokerage account? There's no link to upload, right? Oh my gosh, what do I do? Well, there you go. That's what you do, right? It took me, what, all of a course of less than 30 seconds. I put the symbols right over here. Now they're right uploaded in here. The alerts, you know, alerts are not uploaded automatically. You have to input them yourself. Thinkorswim, and I'm not sure if any other brokerage account has that where it just automatically goes, but take a few minutes, put it in here. Trading takes work, guys. Don't be lazy. So that's it. You know, if you don't have Thinkorswim, that's how long it takes you. If I had 10 on the watch list instead of 5, that would take me maybe a minute instead of 30 seconds. So there you go. Voila. That's simple. All right, let's take a look at some of Dan's here, and we shall see which ones might be looking good. You can see this one right over here. FWP, you want to see it break ideally above that 445 marker. It's kind of a down pre-market, so we'll keep that on a peripheral watch, not on the forefront. Again, it's a bearish start to the day, so we got to watch and see. Maybe it'll reverse, or maybe it won't. Gotta keep an eye on it. SMRT, I must have been looking at this one recently. Right around that 350-ish area. Let's put... want to see it get above 350, that $half amount. So peripherally on watch, not doing well. It's kind of up a little bit, not much volume. But obviously with this one, you want to see it get above 350 with resistance around $4. So we'll keep that on peripheral watch as well. SMRT. ANY. Where's my cursor? There we go. ANY. That's kind of dropping right now, pre-market. So this one right here has a gap that might be looking to fill at some point between that 73 cents to like 90 cents or so. So keep an eye on that one peripherally, not doing much of anything right now. Again, the market is down. I'll pull up trade ideas in a moment. And MU. Oh, you put a big boy on there. All right. MU kind of has that doji candle sideways right here if you want to see that continue. Guys, if you've been paying attention, MU was on our swing trade watch list a couple weeks ago for, I don't even know, was it a breakout over here on $54 or something? So if you guys were watching this, you know, that would have been a $6 move in a couple weeks. And all we are is $10 a month, right? $10 a month. Just that one little loan could have paid you our membership for about 5 years. Not so shabby. This one right here, you'd want to see get above that 60.59 marker. It has that. It broke out of that inverse head and shoulders. You know, kind of like a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline over here. This one you got to be careful with. It's a little bit, it's broaching overextended, getting near some resistance areas. And TNDM. This one, you know, kind of a little bit bull flagging pre-market. Not a lot of volume. That's okay. Might continue. You can see some. Let's see here. Right around that marker here. I think there's a gap on the daily. Let me go see over here. Yeah, it looks like there might be a gap right around that $15 marker right here. See that gap right in between here? Keep an eye on this one. Zoom all the way ahead. And it looks like it might be in that gap now already. So watch for it to potentially fill. So that's one to keep more of a immediate eye on for potential gap fill. So TNDM. You know, it is a little bit bullish pre-market, not a lot of volume. That's okay. You know, keep an eye on it. So that one I will look at more for on the immediate. Let's see for trade ideas what we want to keep an eye on. Guys, we send, if you've been watching us here, if you're stalking us on YouTube, we share our trade ideas link every day for those that want to test out trade ideas before they buy it. We always recommend having your own copy, but don't buy it if you can't afford it. Use ours until you can afford it, and then you can tweak it however you'd like. So we share it under here for our members only. AVGR. Let's take a look at that one. AVGR. There we go. All right, so this one right here, it's a low floater, got a lot of volume, and looks like it has some news this morning. So this is one to definitely keep on watch. Look at this piece of garbage stock doing nothing, trading sideways. And then you can see this gap on the daily right here to right about there, that 252 area. So you guys see this gap over here? Watch for a potential gap fill on this one. You can see pre-market high is about 205. So looks like it's playing around in the gap today. So this one might be a little bit crazy. Have a little bit of fun today if it can stay above, get above that 205. Watch for a potential gap fill around the 250s. So this is definitely one we want to keep an eye on, AVGR. What else we got here? SNES. SNES. All right. Whoa. My chart is messy on that one. All right. So I can see. All right. So this is a little bit messy of a chart. All right. This high over here yesterday was $1.90. Right up over in here. It's kind of bull flagging here right now. Let's see. To partner. Has some news. So it might be possibly bull flagging. It's got this candle right here. That 130 to the top of this candle right over here. So you can see it went up, pulled back, lots of volume. This one's going to be, I like this pattern right here. The daily is a little bit messy, but it's it's one to peripherally keep an eye on. Definitely has some volume. It is bullish pre-market, so see if this bull flag holds, goes, and pushes up for potential continuation. Look at this crappy chart, huh? Absolute garbage. But, maybe there's a continuation day. We got to keep an eye on it and see. So we'll put SNES as a potential. Be careful of 190 resistance. Kara. Good old Kara. Pot stock. My mouse is messing up here, man. I don't know what's going on. There we go. CARA. Having all these multiple screens, sometimes the mouse gets all messed up. All right. So let me remove these drawings. Cara, pre-market high about 1453. Kind of has this triangle pattern right over here going. Like that. Where is oh, 1453 is way up here. So let's take a look at Cara for a second. And of course, Thinkorswim, you can't get shares to short. So it's getting near this resistance area here. You can see there's some news on it, which is good. Kind of has this triangle intraday. So, you know, it's one to peripherally keep on watch. See if it can break out of the triangle, but it's in this resistance zone right now. So right now I'm liking, I really like the bull flag on SNES. And AVGR might be going to fill that gap. So I like those two so far. Let's take a look and see if there's anything else I can catch before the open. VTGN. Little sloppy, not much going on, but you can see right here, it got up to 110 pre-market. Right up there. Keep an eye on that one. Also keep an eye on like that resistance around 124, that 200 SMA. So this one might be setting up. It's a little bit messy. It's not doing anything right now, but you know, finish the day at 99 cents. This thing might want to do a quick pump above $1, right? Pumped up over here, over here, over here. Maybe it'll get another pump. So it's one to keep an eye on just to see if it'll get a pump over $1. Let's see here. So right now I'm just going to put, I'm going to do something a little different here today. I'm going to unlink this over here. See if I can make this easier for you guys and see if we can watch a couple at one time. EVGR, 5-minute chart over there, and let's pull up SNES. Aha! Here we go. A little bit different of a chart. A little bit. I have this level 2 down here, but we'll keep an eye on it this way so we can look at two of them. And let's see what goes on at the open. So again, I like the bull flag a lot on this. So this one, if you can kind of see right over here, right here, kind of has a bull flag. Right, bull flag. See if it breaks out, and then watch for 190 resistance. This one's a little bit choppier right now. It was kind of going like, let's see. Kind of like that a little bit, right? So let's watch these patterns, see what happens. See if we can get above 205 for AVGR. And then you have pre-market high of about 172-ish on SNES. Again, remember futures are down right now, so it may be a bearish day, bearish start. Gotta watch. So again, depending on what type of trader you are, you know, are you going to be, if you're day trading, are you going to trade the 5-minute? Are you going to trade the 1 minute? Or are you going to use the 5-minute to do the pattern and then get your entry on the 1 and then ride it that way? It's kind of all up to you what type of trader you are. I like to let things play out a little bit, 3 to 5 minutes, watch, you know, kind of a direction, watch the pattern form, because many times these stocks on a 1 minute will just go way up pre-market or right when the market opens, first minute or two, and then boom, dump right back down. So you can trade those really quickly if you're trading a 1 minute and scalp, right? Play the 1 minute and trade within seconds. Many people do that. Keep an eye over here on AVGR. There we go. It's breaking pre-market high. Now watch if it retests. You know, many times it'll break out, come back down before it continues, or just dumps back down. Careful, some resistance up here in this 220s. I'll show you guys 1 minute charts on this as well. Just want to slow it down for you guys. Let the patterns play out. So you see these channels right here? These flags right here? This one's flagging downwards. This one's flagging upwards. Hitting resistance over here. This is now at support. Is this going to fail? Or is it going to, you know, stay within here? Buyer's going to come in and push it out. So with this one right here, you want to see a price push above that 160 and go up. This one right here, it is going up. Now it's hitting resistance. So price could break above here, that 220, you know, after that 5 minute candle could break and continue upwards. Or many times it'll pull back and either bull flag and go up this way, or it'll just dump, right? Let me go back over to the daily on this one. So the daily, remember guys, gap, right? Gap here on SNE, or no, AVGR. Watch for potential gap fill at that, what is that, 250-ish range right here. 5 minutes. And let's go back down to the 1 minute over here now. So now it may be bull flagging to go up. A little bit choppy here on the 1 minute. It is bullish above the 9, but you want to see it hold, get a good solid candle closing above the 9 here, and then push out, like bull flag, push out. And then watch for resistance around 250. And SNES is dumping now. Guys, if you're new watching us, checking us out on YouTube, we do all our chatting. Our chatting is off here on YouTube right now. Our chatting is done in our chat room over here, right over here. Come and join us, $10 a month. So you can see SNES is failing that bull flag right now. This one right now is trading right kind of in that flag right now. It's a little bit more bullish on the 1 minute, but still has to contend with these wicks over here. Remember, if you go over here to futures, futures are bearish right now, right? You can see they are, can't even read my own charts here. It's failing the 9 EMA as we speak, so watch if price will, you know, if it's going to trade down in this area today or if it's going to bounce back up. But it's choppiness right over in here. So go back here. Let's keep an eye on this right now. SNES is not looking so hot. Again, no coincidence, guys, right? So it's dealing with this candle on the daily right here. Trying to zoom out. it's dealing with this big, crazy, whatever you want to call it, shooting star, inverted hammer, just this long wick over here. It's messy up in here. So it's not looking so hot right now. With AVGR, you want to see it hold on the 1 minute and then push up. Right now, you don't want to see these moving average lines trading sideways. You want to see this 9 go up and push price up if you're bullish on it. I'm going to look at some other ones in a second here. Again, what's happening on the 1 minute, it's also being affected by that candle wick over here on the 5. So you see that 5 minute, this long candle wick up here. When you go over to the 1 minute, right here, it's dealing with it all in here, right? It's contending with these wicks, and it's failing. So now see if it fails out of this channel and if it's going to just tank or if it's going to go up. All right, let's take a look at some other ones that are hitting trade ideas. Let me give a second here. PFNX. I'm going to put AVGR over here. So AVGR, it's having a lot of trouble right now. Let's look at PFNX. All right, so this one on a 1 minute might be looking pretty good right here, right? Might be setting out for a breakout. We'll have to see on the daily. You can see high a day is right up at that 594. Maybe it's setting for a break over 6. And you can see it's right at that 50 SMA. If it breaks above, you might have some room to the 20 and the 9 EMA. Keep an eye on it. Let's keep an eye on that one for a moment. Might be bull flagging. So you want to see it break above, ideally get above that 602 right here, that 20 EMA. If this may be bull flagging and push up, might have some room to run. Lots of garbage on the ones that we're watching right now, just very bearish. Market is a bit bearish right now, but it's crossing above VWAP, so maybe it's trying to recover a little bit. We'll keep an eye on it. So this one right here, again, you want to see, maybe take a look at the volume, PFNX. About 444,000. Want a little bit more. Let's see if this can, if the buyers are going to come in and push that back up. There you go, approaching 6. So see if it can get above that 20 EMA and hold. Don't like AVGR right now. I'm going to move that one. Looks like WMLP is hitting trade ideas. That one just took off, and that one is halted. So right here, want to get it above that $6 range. So WMLP, let's take a look at that one. So you had kind of a double bottom breakout here, right? So you got a double bottom right over here. Broke out today. You have some resistance at that 250, that 200 SMA. It is halted right now. So this one may be one to keep an eye on. WMLP. Not much volume right now, though. Got to keep an eye on that. Oops, shoot. Which one was I just looking at? PFNX. There we go. Again, on the daily, it's right. You can see that purple, that pink purple line is the 200 or the 50 SMA. And then you have some resistance right around that 640, the 20 EMA. and then the 9 EMA. So again, kind of rejecting right now off the 20 EMA. See if it can get above that 605-ish marker or if it's going to reject. Right here, WMLP really shot up today. It's halted right now. Again, very overextended. But this one, again, double bottom breakout. Watch for resistance at 250 if it resumes. See if it retests $2 area or this 195 area. See if it bull flags and goes up or kind of comes back down here and then goes up, or if it just fails. Let's keep an eye on it. See that? Bull flag right here. And then boom, right at the break of this bull flag, $1.50 up to 209. Bam. TNDM is now moving. That was on the watch list. Let's pull that one up. That one's really moving right now. Remind me, guys, if I forget to pull up PFNX to pull this one back up to keep an eye on it. But TNDM, we'll go over here. You can see resistance at that 1330 level here, right? Kind of zoom in. You can see, let's go to the 1 minute chart. Right here. Kind of breaking out, kind of a little bit sloppy of a pattern. U bottom or a V bottom. Kind of a sloppy bull flag, but see if it can get above that 1330 marker. Getting a little bit overextended at this point. Go down to the 5 minute. See that right here is going to be resistance at 1330 coming across over here. Yeah, WMLP is halted. Man, lots of stuff going on. Hitting trade ideas right now. So many things are hitting it. I'll have to pull them up for you guys in a second. The stuff we were watching earlier is just kind of failing. AVGR is failing. SNES is failing. Ah, here we go. Now it's open back up again. WMLP is hitting trade ideas. Thank you, Dan. Bada boom. All right, so newbies, perfect example, right? We always try to teach you guys this stuff. So just remember, guys, WMLP is hitting trade ideas. It's all over the scanners. Trade rooms are probably all pumping it up, talking about it, talking about how they're making a killing right now on WMLP, right? But if you're a newbie, you don't buy out here, right? You don't buy out here because this is where you're going to look. You know, 310 down to 190, right? I mean, that's like $1.20 move, right? So these are huge candles. You buy down here and you sell up in here. Or if you miss out in here, watch and see if a pattern holds. And then you got to be a hotkey ninja like David, right? Hotkey ninja, David, Dan, huge hotkey fans. I use hotkeys as well. I'm more of a pattern, you know, I like to slow things down on a 5 minute look at patterns. These guys they're huge hotkey ninjas. They'll bang a hotkey, bang, bang on this, you know. But look right here, guys, perfect example. 310 down to 250. Right? That's a 60-cent move, and this 1 minute candle hasn't even finished yet. You can make money on these moves like this, but you got to be super quick. Seconds. Boom. That's what a lot of other trade rooms do. They get in and out within 5-10 seconds. They tell you their trade. You chase them. They're out 5 seconds later. Boom. You're left bag and holding. This may be bull flagging right here, so you got to watch, see if this is a bull, if it's going to bull flag and push out. But again, remember, high risk, high reward. So this WMLP is a low floater. As you can see, it moves really quickly, and it also drops really quickly. So see that? You know, right here, see if it's going to go and break out above 310. So see if this bull flags and breaks out, or if it's going to break down. It's retesting that 310 area. 1, 2, 3 retests. Needs to break above. Again, you're looking at a 310 to 250. That's a 60-cent risk management rate, or 60-cent area of a channel here. This could easily go from 310 to 250. So be aware of that. There you go. See that? Bam. 312 to 339. Super quick. Hotkeys. 310 to 339. 30-cent move right up. It's already back down. Right to 339 to $3 right there. 40-cent move, and look at that. Right back down. Boom, boom. Hotkeys, guys. Bam, bam. That's what the professionals are doing. They'll bang on a hotkey right here and 2 seconds later sell it. So it's great they made $5,000 on that trade, but meanwhile you're a newbie, you're panicking, you're about ready to vomit because you can't deal with this, right? That's why it's safer to find the patterns, right? Slow it down a little bit, find a 5-minute setup, look for a breakout on the daily, look for your entry on the 1 minute, and then when you get super good and comfortable, then you might bang a hotkey, bam, bam, right? But look at right here, shooting star, falling back down. I always have this tendency to want to answer somebody that's in the chat room with audio when they're asking if I'm on audio. So, yes, Waldo, I am in. Yes, Waldo, I'm live on YouTube. There we go. All right, so let's pull up a 5-minute on this one right now. Show you guys a pattern, and voila. Pumps up. Now you have this big doji, right? So here's the 5-minute setup. Long-legged doji-ish candle forming. And then you go to the 1 minute. And this is why it's volatile like this. It's got to contend with this big wick. Oh, let's go back. PFNX still. Which again, just I want to tell you guys, this can still move and still break out. But you got to play something like this. It's super quick, right? If you miss this move, right? If you miss it on the break of this 5-minute candle down here. Let me go to the 1 minute again. If you miss this bull flag, you want to buy down here. If you're new, watch this bull flag. You want to break in and get in and a break above out here, right here. This bull flag, break here. Ideally, you want your entry on this candle. Now, you possibly could have gotten in over here, still overextended, but potentially gotten in over here. And ideally, selling up here, or when you see this weakness, get out over in here. But if you're new, you don't want to buy out in here unless you have cojones of steel. Nice job, David. The hotkey ninja. Well, well, what are you saying? Some people are eating breakfast? Why? Because what did I say? I don't know what I say. I get in trouble sometime. My filter's awful. TNDM? So watch here. So here you go. Here's something that's like, this is where you're looking at kind of like contrasting differences over here, right? I have a 5-minute pattern kind of slowly going up, kind of pulling back, maybe bull flagging. It's a higher float compared to WMLP. Let me put, you know, WLMP low float, TDNM a little bit higher float. You know, go to a 1-minute chart. And it's still a little bit messy. It's just a little bit, you can see it just kind of, still don't really love the pattern. I'd like to have it a little bit more cleaner, like a little bit more like this, not like this, but it's still a bit messy. And there you go. It needs to get above high a day. But again, be aware of 1330. This is the marker that's very important for resistance. Let's take a look at some others. Let's go back to PFNX. So again, guys, right, the pattern, very difficult on this because you have this big kind of high wave, long-legged candle, or right here. So price can go and break out, but it's you know, it's up against this right now. So it needs to hold here. Let me go back to a 1 minute. Right here, it's kind of getting above it now, but see, it goes up 320 right down to $3. Really volatile. Now it has to get above 340 area, which it can do. Just be aware of what you're risking. And right over here, TNDM is hitting resistance at 1330. See if it can break above. So you can see kind of a bull flag right here, right? So it went up, pulled back. You could use this doji candle as risk management if you got in. A break of 1321 with a close below 1315. See, that's good risk management. Kind of a little bull flag, broke above. Now watch for the retest of 1330. See if it can hold. And if it can, let's go back over here. Remember, there's that gap on the daily up around 1514. So now let's go back down here. And right here, broke out a resistance. Now, when it pulls back, if it does, see if this 1330 holds and continues. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes it just goes up and comes right back down. But very important, if you're bullish on it, you want to see that 1330 level hold. So you guys see these are a couple 5-minute choppy candles. This one went up, came back. So the risk management on these candles, very difficult, right? A little bit difficult to trade, but this little doji, if you got in a break above that 1321, you could use a stop below 1315 using that 9 EMA as your guide. That's only a 6-cent, you know, that's tight risk management. Whereas let's say 1325 down to 1305, that's still not bad, only a 20-cent candle. You want to have tight risk management, guys. Very important. We all want the big home run wins, but it's also more important to cut your losses. Cut your losses. Also, don't get too greedy. Just want to show you guys the contrasting differences of these stocks. This one's bat bleep crazy right now, and this is kind of just, you know, doing its thing. Patterns, right? So you can kind of see right here, kind of a little bit of a bull flag back. Not great, but it's, you know, again, kind of pulls back, goes up. Now watch here. See if it's a pattern, if it goes and breaks above, or if it pulls back a little bit. So now it's got to break above 1342. Watch the retest of 1330. If that holds, maybe this will bull flag again and go, or it might fail. Right here, you can see, now I'm looking at a 5-minute over here compared to a 1-minute. Choppiness over here. But if you pull up a 5-minute, why is it choppy? Because of this. Again, doesn't mean it can't break out. It's kind of maybe doing an ascending triangle-ish, right? But this over here on the 5-minute is going to translate to this 340 area right here down to 296. You're talking about 40-cent candles within a minute, right? This is where you have to be super quick and a hotkey ninja. You could make real good money on a break of, let's say, 312 up to 340. Bam, bam. You can be in and out and make good money, but you could also lose a lot. Kind of doing an ascending triangle here, guys, so keep an eye on it. Right here. I'm not discouraging you guys to not. I'm not discouraging you to not trade it. Did I say that right? I'm not saying to not trade it, but I want you to just be very well aware. If you trade stuff like this, be well aware of the risk management. It looks like it might be setting to break out above that 13 or that 339, but it can easily reject off of 339 and come back down here again. That's where you're seeing these kind of like that ascending triangle, that ascending wedge. If it breaks above 339, you want to see that area ideally hold. Here it goes. It's hitting it right now, and it's hitting trade ideas. And now will it hold? Broke above a little bit. Failing now. Needs to break above and continue. And here we go on TNDM. Let me go back to, let's go to a 1 minute. So it's a little bit choppy-er on the 1 minute. You could kind of get a trend line on this, let me say. And it's not the greatest. I like to try to find these trend lines, right? So you can kind of zoom in, maybe get something like that going, right? See if you can get a trend line, kind of locate the pattern. It's still a little bit choppy, but at least when you zoom in, you can see, okay, you know, that 1330, real important level. So even if you're like, I'm not saying to trade this at all right now, but if you were to trade something like this, 1340 down to 1330s range, still it's a 10-cent stop. Good risk management. Not saying to trade it. It is a bit overextended, but if a trade like this goes against you, you have a 10-cent stop, whereas if a trade over here goes against you, 346 down to 312, let's say, you're looking at 30 or 40-cent move within a minute, you know? Oops, sorry guys, making noise. Yeah, WMP does have that flat top. It's just struggling to stay above it. On the daily, I mean, this thing pumps, right? Pumps and then it dumps. So this could still keep going. But again, you know, keep an eye on this. This is where you got to, like, on a stock like this, you're probably just going to be playing the 1 minute. Up and down. See that? 354 down to 315. See that? 315 from 354. Bam, bam. And here you go. This one's kind of slowly grinding. Remember, there's a gap above. Who knows how far it's going to go. Starting to kind of fail on WMLP over here. See if it holds. 5 minute chart. Again, it had higher lows, but you have a high wave, a long-legged doji, and a shooting star kind of candle over here. So the 5 minute is a mess. You can look at the 1 minute. And you can see over here, TNDM still going. Remember, it's overextended. So if it's, you pull up, you know, if you're new, you're probably going to want to wait for a pullback if it does, right? Like something like this, you want to see it pull back a little bit. These candles get a little bit, the bigger they get, it's a little bit more difficult for risk management. So if you're watching this one, guys, again, going back over here, just showing you this one right here. It was a little bit crazy on the first 5 minute candle right here. You got that spinning top right in the moving average lines. Then you had this kind of inverted hammerish one over here. That was a little bit tricky right over here. And then this one right here, you could have gotten in at the break of this one using a close below this one as a stop if you wanted. That's up to you. Let's see, was that 1317 down to $13. Not too bad, but not great. These first two candles weren't great. Then you see this candle right here, but you could have waited for this doji pullback, and then at this point you get in a break of that doji right here, that 1321, using a stop below that. See that 1321 to 1315, really good risk management. And now at this point it's breaking out, and that's where you got to determine your profits, right? So this is still going up, 1321 to 1372. That's 60 cents. Do you take the profits, or do you say, hey, I want more profit? This could continue upwards, or it can pull back. Do you take profits up here, wait for a pullback, you know, and risk the fact that this could keep going up? You know, that's the risk, right? Watch these patterns. It's still very bullish right now. You could watch and see if a doji or a shooting star pattern forms, you know, to show a potential reversal. Again, that's why we don't tell you entries and exits. You have to determine your own entries and exits, because everybody's different. You guys see the contrasting differences on these two stocks, right? A little higher priced, higher float, low float, lower priced. Again, you're in and out in seconds over here. And over here, you know, you can slow it down, right? Slow it down, play a pattern. Whereas here, it's going to be hard to play a pattern, right? Very choppy. You're going to be in and out with hotkeys. Not saying to trade, not to trade like this. We try to teach this over here, get everybody really comfortable with the patterns, and then, you know, you can decide, hey, once you know patterns, how these setups work, then you can say, okay, I want to trade a low floater and I want to bang hotkeys, get in and out, boom, 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 right? That's funny, Will. So now let's take a look at this one on a 5 minute, see if it's doing anything. I mean, patterns, guys, very difficult. High wave, long-legged, shooting star, and another type of doji. So this is the 5 minute pattern over here, and this is the 5 minute pattern over here, right? See the difference? All of that. So might have to change more of the trend line. Maybe do it like kind of like that, maybe, you know. So I might be trying to re-broach this area here. You guys see how like you have the trend lines, and then you can redraw them again, and now it's retesting up over here from over here. Right here, be careful over here. It might be showing some signs of weakness. Now it's got to contend with that upper wick of that 1379 right here. So that might be reversing, right? It's got to contend with this. Doesn't mean the move is done. Doesn't mean it won't break out. Maybe it forms another candle, a pullback, bull flags, and goes up, or it might be pulling back. But remember, very overextended on a 5 minute, could easily pull back. So these are the times, if you're in a trade like this, do you consider taking profits? It's up to you. You could also, again, play the 5 minute here or this trend line and see, give it more time. But if you got in over here at 1321 to 1380, you're up 60 cents, you know. You guys seeing these moves in this channel over here, right? Right in here, from up over here, it kind of fails over here. Now it's kind of in this new channel here. Now it's starting to fail down over here, back over at this level, that previous resistance on that flat top, retesting it. Now you have right here, guys, very important to keep an eye on with these patterns, right? You have a head, you have kind of a left shoulder area, and I have a right shoulder-ish area, and then you have, now I'm just gonna do this, remove this drawing, remove this drawing. Now you have kind of a head and shoulders a bit, right? So you got a head, left shoulder, right shoulder, kind of a neckline. You can move it even over out in this area over here a little bit. Right, kind of within this area. It's not perfect. So you have kind of a head and shoulders, but this could also be somewhat of an ascending triangle if it keeps going up and touches up to these new highs up here, right? Or goes back up to the high of the day. It's so important to find these patterns. So right here, you can see it went up, showed this weakness with this wick right here. Now it's pulling back. You have this trend line over here. Now you can zoom back. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. 1 minute right here, went up, super overextended. Again, the farther price goes away from these moving average lines, the more it's going to want to gravitate back to them. And this is weakness right here. Right? Couldn't break this high over here, pulling back. Now it's failing the moving average lines. Right at that trend line right here. Are the buyers going to come in, or is it going to fail? So I don't like the pattern right now. It doesn't mean it can't go up. So at this point, when it goes up like this, has this long wick down, this funky looking candle, although it is bouncing. So that's a potential decent sign, right? But the pattern's getting a little bit messy now. I got to watch and see what's going to happen within here. Right here. Now remember, look at this pattern. Head up here at 1354. Left shoulder at 339. Right over here it went up. Now it's got to get above that 340s area and break that head and shoulders. You guys see this head and shoulders? Head, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline. Is it going to break out or break down? Many times it'll break out real quick, still fail up here, fake you out, and it'll drop. Pulling back here again on TNDM. Is it going to bull flag a little bit and hold this trend line and push up, or is it going to fail? Let's pull up some other ones right now. I'll pull up SGLB. That's on Trade Ideas. This is a low floater. All right, so you have high a day over here, that 197. Go to the daily. So it broke out above that 170-ish area, that 200 SMA. Broke out. You can see it has a history of pumping and then dumping, right? Pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pumping. Coming right back down to the 200 SMA. And it's failing the 200 SMA. And just like that, right? So it's like, you know, when you see this, price goes up, right below $2, no coincidence, whole and half dollar amounts, rejected, comes right back down. Now the pattern is just kind of a bit messy on the 5 minute. Now look over here at WMLP. right? It's getting above that left shoulder, 340s. Is it going to hold or is it going to come back? See that? Goes right up, smacks right back down very quickly. Doesn't mean it's not going to go and break above, but just be an eye on this. Keep an eye on it. So SGLB I don't like. I don't like this pattern right now. Goes up. You got to be careful right here. Newbies, pay attention. Do not buy in these areas. Look at RSI. Super overextended. Right below a whole dollar amount. Right up here. You don't buy up here. You buy down in these areas near the moving average line support. Or watch right over here. If this gets a better pattern, right now it's a little bit crappy and choppy. But if it gets a little bit better and kind of holds and maybe somewhat of a bull flag and continues and see this 9 catch up, then maybe you buy if it continues, if the pattern looks good. Right now it looks crappy. WMLP, maybe trying to push. Right here, that 340 area is very important to hold. And then needs to break out of that 354. Hockey is very important on a stock like WMLP. Kara, you guys have been talking about. Let's pull that one up. Pot stock, guys. Pot stock. Kara. You can see I had that triangle on it. Broke out of that triangle. 1453 resistance. Needs to break above that 1450. Why? Let's go to the daily. And you can see. Let me get rid of these drawings. No, it's chart's messy. Look at this mess. It's a mess, right? Could go up to maybe $15, right on that $15 range. Let me go to the hourly. Kind of had that bull flag on the hourly a little bit. Broke out. See if you can get above that 1450s range right above here and break out further. And then see that resistance at $15 right over here. $15 needs to get above that 1450. So 1450 to $15 if it continues. Very overextended on the hourly. Keep an eye on it. Go back to it. There you go. WMLP. Boom. Hitting trade ideas. Breaking above 355. Hotkeys very quickly, guys. Bam, bam. So you can see that little bit of a bull flag right here, 346 to 360, pulling back. That's funny, Waldo. I just look at trade ideas. That's why I love it. Trade ideas, you don't have to think, guys. If you have no watch list each day, you can literally turn on trade ideas and just stare at the high of day momentum scanner, right? So for those of you guys that want to see what I'm looking at, this is what I look at, right? High of day momentum stocks right here, right? This is one of the screens on trade ideas. So I could literally wake up, get out of bed, turn on trade ideas, and just watch this. When stuff hits the scanner over here, goes right up over here. You can see WMLP is hitting the scanner right now. Why? Because look, see this? See? Right here is affecting this, right? Keeps going up, 370, 370. See that? Keep an eye on Kara, by the way, at that 1450 marker. See that? 375, 375. See this correlation, guys? You can see over here, massive volume. It's a low float stock, right? Float, it's about 1 million float. Very low flow. Anything under 20 million. Ideally under 10, but under, under 20, under 10, under 20. It's debatable. And there it goes, right? This is what I'm looking at. I'm not some genius or smart. I just use a scanner and then I just map out support and resistance. You want to become a good trader, this is what you're going to do over and 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 over again. Until you make it or fail as a trader. That's it. Charts, 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 patterns, 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 support, resistance, over and over and over and over again. That's trading. All right, so you can see right here, Kara is breaking above 1450. That's a potential good sign. You see that kind of bull flag breaking above, resistance at $15. Let's zoom into the 5-minute chart. A bit overextended, you know. We're starting to get overextended. Keep an eye on for 15 bucks. Let's zoom in on a 1 minute. There you go. And Kara's hitting trade ideas. Just be aware of 15 bucks. Resistance. And this crazy person over here, WMLP, broke out over here. Be aware of 4 bucks. See if it's going to go and break out. And TNDM might be trying to continue. I'll pull that one up in a minute. Keeping an eye on it. And look at that. See, it goes up. Right here. See, breaks out. Now you have this wick. See if it pulls back and continues or if it fails. Right here, WMLP needs to break $4. It's failing right below it. See if it bull flags and goes or if it fails. 5 minute. So now you see how the candles are a little bit. Now you're getting more of a pattern, right? Or you know, it's a little bit. Gets hairy. You know, you got to be in and out within seconds on the 1 minute chart, but now you have bigger candles, right? This very choppy when you zoom down into the 1 minute. Now it's a little bit easier, harder to play these candles over here with all those wicks, right? But you can see like right over here, you can see right here it was kind of riding the 9 on the 1 minute. You could have saw this candle gotten in at a break above this candle right over here for an anticipation of a break of high a day, 346. And then you can see up here, now you'd probably consider taking profits out here. You know, these spinning top candles right here, failing to break $4. So again, if you're new, you don't trade these candles. You don't trade that shooting star. You don't trade these candles. Look at how far away these are from the 9 EMA. You don't trade these. You don't trade out here. You don't trade out in here. And then you can see got messy and crazy in here. Very difficult to trade all throughout here. Oops. Let me get rid of that. But then when you saw the pattern, this head and shoulders, head, left shoulder, right shoulder, kind of zooming up over here. You can start to see these candles are riding that 9 on the 1 minute. Now your risk management is lower. It's hard out here. Bad risk management. A little bit tighter within here, right? These smaller candlesticks got in at a break, let's say, of this one over here, or even a break above right out over here. That 350 is using this area as a stop. 350 to 397. It's pretty good. Really good trade. Kara right now, right, breaks out, pulls back. Resistance now becomes support, right? You guys see this? Right here, doing its thing, gets bullish, breaks out. Right here, pulls back, retesting right here, so it's support. You want to see that area hold. See if this bull flags and pushes up. Now see if it can break high of day. or if it becomes a tweezer top. Needs to break above 1480, but be very careful at $15. Remember, it's also getting overextended. And see this over here, guys? 397 down to 362. Theme, Dan was trying to put more into that one, you know, to give some people for swing trading. Again, we can't make everybody happy. There you go. Look at that. Just turn my eyes for a second. Breaking above 15. Very important now. It needs the 15 to hold. Kara is hitting trade ideas as we speak. Just be aware, it's overextended. Doesn't mean it can't go up. $15.50 level right there. Be careful of that wick up there. And then obviously be careful of $16 probably as well. Newbies, again, if you're listening, you don't buy out here. You don't buy out here. Listen to me. You don't buy out here. Very overextended. If you miss the move, you miss the move. Watch for the pullback. All right? Don't buy out here. Even if it goes up, yeah, it goes up. But that's on a 5-minute. You could go to a 1-minute and then look over on a 1-minute. 1 minute, you buy down here. Right here, this bull flag breaks out. Now watch if there's another bull flag. This is a good setup right here. Bull flag on a 1 minute. Get in a break of this 1471 using a stop below that 1459. This candle as your stop. Right? So now watch if this is a bull flag right here. Later, Will. WMP maybe staying. So now we can which is good with a stock like this, do what the trend line master Dan teaches, is draw a trend line, right? So now I can kind of get a trend line over here. I had one here earlier, right over here. And there you go. Still continuing really quickly. Now it's got to hold that 1535 area. So you guys see you have kind of a trend line over here now. Maybe looking to break $4. Approaching 1450. Needs to break 1450. So again, this one right here, that 1550 major resistance. Now it's either going to break above and continue, or it might bull flag, pull back before it goes up, or it might tweezer top and fail here. Got to watch the pattern. WMLP, again, super overextended. You know, look at that. $4 down to $3.50. Bam, bam. Well, that's a 15-minute chart. Let's go to 5. All right. So it's kind of breaking that trend line from earlier. 1 minute. See that? The trend line, it's breaking. Doesn't mean it can't continue, but that's weakness. Usually, guys, by the end of my broadcast is when I wake up, and then I fall asleep again. trader's lifestyle, right? Work hard for you guys. Then you get tired. Then you take a nap. Then you wake up. This is trading, guys. Staring at charts and graphs all day. Guys, again, if you're watching us on YouTube, we see that there's more people on YouTube than even in our own trade room. We know a lot of people like to stalk us. Feel free to stalk us. But you can come and join us over here and stop yawning. I don't care. If I'm going to yawn, I'm going to yawn. You can subscribe over here, $10. Wake up, go hard, take a nap. That's it. Guys, you'll find out. Yeah, the trader's life. You'll find with me, I don't care, right? Some people like me, some people won't. Everybody likes Dan, though. Who doesn't like Dan? Dan's the man. Awesome, Vici. Welcome. So right here, let this pattern kind of play out here. Maybe it's going to bull flag, or maybe it's just going to tweezer top and fail. Because you get jacked. Wait. What's that? I don't get it. I don't get it, Big Bear. Yeah, exactly, Dan. After 2 pullbacks, you got to be careful, guys. The third, be very careful. Now that you said yawning, I got to yawn again, right? There you go. I could mute it, but I'm not gonna. What is the deal with yawning? Right? Why when just someone says yawning or they yawn, you yawn? I don't understand it. Yeah, Rose, good point. After 2 full pullback, 2 flag pullbacks, got to be careful on the third plus. You can see kind of tweezer tops in the 1 minute. Now failing, now you have a head and shoulders. Head, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline. I'm going to go back and show you guys a couple right now while this stuff is playing out from what we were looking at earlier, right? So, again, that's why many of these times, the ones that hit the pre-market, they, pump and then they dump. Shorts come in. And so you can see earlier today, we were looking at AVGR, had that kind of like that channel was trading in. Let me go to the 5 minute here. Right, there was that bull flag kind of pre-market. Went up when it opened. Rejected up here. Failed. And this is where the shorts could come in and start shorting it down, right, to the moving average lines. You can see that kind of a big shooting starish pattern over here. So you could have taken it short below. Right over in here. Let's see, let me get rid of this right here. You could have taken it short below here. Risking the close above this candle, a little bit higher risk management. But you could see here ahead. Let me show you this. Ahead, a left shoulder-ish over here, and then you kind of have a right shoulder-ish over here, and you can kind of have this neckline here, which keeps extending downwards, right? So sometimes, again, you got to look at these patterns and see, like a head and shoulders where it doesn't clearly, it's not as perfect like its other ones, but you can see right here. Head, left shoulder-ish, right shoulder-ish, kind of failing down. Now you have support at this 9 EMA. It's either going to fail or the buyers are going to come back in. And on SNES, we were looking at that one earlier, SNES. So you can see pre-market, we're looking at this, right? That bull flag. Wanted to see it break out of that bull flag. Had some resistance at 190. What did it do at the open? It failed the bull flag at open. Retested it. Doing this good old stuff over here. And not looking so hot, right? That's why, again, you look at these ones on the watch list, trade ideas, stuff like that. And then some of these, again, they pump and they dump, the ones everybody's looking at, right? And then you wait for trade ideas for something like WMLP to hit and take off. Yeah, you can find head and shoulders everywhere. Huskers just said, it seems you can make a head and shoulders on just about everything. Yeah, you pretty much can. That's why you got to find these patterns everywhere, guys. Everywhere. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And over and over and over and over again. Because they are everywhere. But patterns, that's why they're so important, give you important support and resistance levels. And support and resistance is the absolute name of the game when trading. Again, guys, if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about and you're confused, go over to our website, bullishbears.com. Take our candlestick courses. Right here and over here, our basic one, our advanced one, they're free, right? Save yourself $3,000. Some people say, like, something's free. Is there a catch? You know, is there a catch? They're free. There must be something wrong with it. Well, you have a couple options. Either one, take them and see if they're worth it because they're free. Or two, go pay someone else. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. Or four, if you feel better about it, email us. We'll give you our PayPal account and you can send us money if you'd like. Right? We won't refuse it. People are silly. Amanda killing it. I'm telling you, David, watch out, man. She's our sleeper. Guys, like we say, it's not all about us, right? We always have our eyes open. We have visions for our community here, and, you know, we'll see how they go. Everything's going great now, but someday, you know, we may expand, do things a little differently, and we always have our eyes on people. Again, we say it all the time, that want to give back, have good visions, people that want to help grow our community. As you can see in our trade room right over here, right, there are more, you know, Dan and I are in here right now, but there's other red names over here. Technically, they're not Bullish Bears owners, right? But we put them in here and we have eyes on them. There might be people that are not red right now that may become red down the road because, you know, as we grow, we let kind of go on faith and see how things grow. We may have other people filling in or other people running things down the road, right? We have a vision someday of doing major conferences. So maybe we'll have conferences where, you know, 1,000 of you people, you know, 1,000 of you guys are there and coming from all around the world. And maybe we'll have people training, right? Maybe Rose will be at our conference teaching about futures, right? Maybe Amanda will be there teaching about options. Maybe David will be doing day trading, or maybe none of them and somebody else, right? We shall see who catches the vision. But my prediction is Amanda's going to beat David. Maybe we'll put Amanda on the mic. I know, Amanda, we hear you're shy, but maybe you'll break out of your shell, and maybe someday you can go on the mic, right? Teach people swing trading, right? Maybe we'll make in our swing trade watch list doing some swing trade videos someday. I know you're listening, Amanda. He's not going to trade you in. Let's see what else we got here. BLIN is hitting trade ideas. BLIN. Right, that. See that, newbies? Comes right back down here, pumps right back up, pulls right back down. Oh, that's a 15 minute. Same kind of thing right here. Right up. Patterns, right? Let me go to the... Yeah, we have a couples traders together in the Bullish Bears community. This is great. Oh man, I just so want to say stuff right now and I get myself in trouble. I could put David on notice right now. Screw it, whatever, I'll get in trouble. David, if you guys ever get married, we want to have a Bullish Bears wedding. All right? Down in Florida, we'll have a big Bullish Bears wedding down with you guys there in Florida with all your riches. Oh, so BLIN. Back to trading. See that, guys, right? Pumps up right here. You can see some resistance at that 50 SMA. Gets above, right below $2, whole and $half amounts. Psychological support and resistance. Goes up, fails it, comes back down, trapped below the moving average lines. Over and over and over, guys. Support and resistance. Nothing else matters other than support and resistance. Candlesticks form patterns. Those patterns form support and resistance. Moving average lines are indicators, you know, that show you very important support and resistance levels. Learn the patterns, learn support and resistance, then layer on these moving average lines, and then use proper risk management. Control your emotions. All right, so let's take a look at TNDM for a second. I'm just peripherally taking a look at this one. So TNDM we were looking at a little bit earlier. Let's kind of remove all these drawings. It's getting a little bit weird looking. So you can see right below, right around that 1383 marker, right? So you have this big kind of cup pattern right here, kind of big, oh yeah, right here. Go back over here. I deleted a very important line. Look at all this right here. See that gap, guys? You guys see that gap on the daily right over here? Let me zoom in. I showed this earlier. Where'd it go? There we go. There's a gap on the daily. Keep an eye on that, right? Traders are keeping an eye on it. And so now we go over to the 5 minute. So 5 minute, you had this kind of big cup pattern right here. And then you can see pre-market high yesterday was this 1328-ish marker. Move it in the forward and the future over here. It's kind of broken out over here. Now this is where you start to kind of try and find these patterns, right? Sometimes you got to let things, if you're more of a pattern trader, let them kind of play out. You can kind of see right here. Now you start to draw a trend line over here. So you guys see this? Sometimes you can't get things perfectly or exact, right? So it's kind of has this like symmetrical triangle. Again, a symmetrical triangle could go bullish or bearish. The price could either break out or break down. But, it's no coincidence right here. You have this symmetrical triangle. Price is kind of caught in the middle of it as the 9 EMA is trading sideways, right? Sideways is that indecision consolidation phase where price is either going to go and break out or it's going to break down, right? So find these patterns. Keep an eye on them. If it breaks out above that 1360-ish level, right around here-ish, right out here, you want to see it go and break out. But then it's got to be aware of that 1380 as resistance. It could also start it's failing right now. Once it fails out of the triangle, be aware of support at 1337 and then 30-ish area. My delay's longer today? I don't know. Dan, you say my delay's longer? Oh yeah, I am delaying, or something's happening right now with YouTube. YouTube is buffering me. We love you, YouTube. If you're listening. Nope, user error illusion. No, it's buffering. I'm buffering. You got that buffer look. Let me refresh and load my current page. Let's see if this works. All right, so sometimes maybe you got to refresh. That might be better. So you guys see this, right? Just kind of just watch this stuff, right? Watch, right, kind of how, you know, these patterns, right? You can find these on all chart time frames. Let's go back over here, see what we can do for some patterns for WMLP. You can see Lucian, did you block me? I can't see. No, Rose, I would never block you. No, Rose, I would never block you. That's super weird. Dan, I don't know why Rose can't see me in the trade room. So no, Rose, I did not block you in the trade room. I don't even know how to block. That's weird. Thank you, David. Dan, if you're listening, Rose says like she can't see my post in the trade room. You're our tech support. I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, let's see, Rose. Maybe message Dan and ask him why I'm terrible with technical tech stuff. LOL. There we go. A little bit of Bullish Bears drama today. No, Rose, I did not block you since you were one of our moderators. I would not block our own moderator. That's weird. HTBX, I will take a look. All right. Yeah, Rose, I don't know what's going on. Dan will fix it. Dan fixes everything. So HTBX, you see, man, I can't talk. You can see pre-market high about that 228. Let's go over to the daily. Well, it's close to filling that gap. Look at that 236, right? Be careful of that gap, so it may want to fill that gap. And after that, I mean, who the heck knows? What a crappy chart. So, EMW, you're looking for, you want me to look at HTBX. So as you can see, there is a gap on a daily. Watch if it fills. If it fills at 236, you know, it could go do whatever, you know. Yeah, WMLP kind of has this going on over here. Trend lines, the trend line master, Daniel, maybe kind of trying to break out of this one down over here. There we go. It's got that 397 resistance. go to a 5 minute. There we go. You guys see this now? Look at that. Look at that. You guys see how that just transitioned right here? Those trend lines? Dan, the trend line master, would be proud. Look at that symmetrical triangle. Maybe trying to break out of it now. You guys see how patterns are so important? Super difficult to trade this on a 5 minute back over here. But now as you can start to see it right here, you can see the symmetrical triangle. Might be trying to break out, but as you can see, now it's want to try to trick you, right? You can see that break it out, but then it's got to still contend with over here, but you can see more of the patterns, right? Triangles. So got to keep an eye on it. If it breaks out, be aware of 397 resistance. Many times it'll break out and it'll false break out, and then many times it'll go out and then retest. So you got to be able to draw your trend lines. So if you're saying, how the heck do I draw trend lines? Then I would say, well, very simple. Take our courses, and if you're a member, under members only videos, right over here, trend lines. Here's 4 videos on how to trade or how to draw trend lines right here, right? You guys see these, right? You're drawing these trend lines over here. Then I go into a 5 minute chart. See how they transition, right? Very, very important. Rose, you're silly. We love you. Turn on my live audio. What the heck was I looking at earlier? Oh, TNDM. Rose, you're funny. TNDM. Go back over here. So remember I drew that triangle before, right? So now maybe I kind of, you can kind of see it's still, this EMA is trading sideways at 9. Still in indecision mode, right? You guys seeing these triangles? Patterns. All about patterns. Over and over and over and over. Speaking of which, let me show you over here, AVGR. Remember I showed you guys this head and shoulders earlier, that head, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline over here. Now this one keeps falling. It's kind of creating a newer neckline right down over here, right? So sometimes, again, this neckline will fail, create another neckline. Watch it like that, right? Head, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline, extend the neckline down. Yes, good question, Brent. So Brent says, do we sell merchandise? And here I go. Great question. Yes, so you can see my hat over here that I'm wearing. Hope is real. Go right over here to merchandise. We are updating this section. We have our artist because, yeah, right there. You can click on the merchandise tab over here. Come down over here. We're updating this. We're going to update all new pictures and stuff over here. But we have ladies apparel over here. Click on ladies apparel. All these colors are, look at that. There you go. Get 25% off. Look at that. Put your email in. These guys are super awesome. Funny Shirts is really good. All these colors are interchangeable, right? So you can change the colors. Ladies have super comfortable stuff. We have the Hope is Real, all that good stuff. Funny Shirts is a great company. If you like it, great. If you get something you don't like it, they have an unbelievable return policy. So that's ladies' clothes. You can change all the colors, make it look nice and pretty and all that good stuff, right? Click on this right over here. Go in here and what color do I want to change it to? I think I'm doing a lot of bandwidth right now. There we go. Change it up. Change the colors. There you go. Mint. Hope is real. Bada boom. There you go. Men's over here. Men is men's, right? Someday we'll get men's stuff is men's stuff. This is more kind of softer, trendy, but men are just, you know, I wish they give like more trendier stuff for men, but someday we'll get big enough and we'll get a big clothing distributor. But then over here, hats, zip up hoodies, right over here. Man, my bandwidth is slow today. Right over here. There's our hats. All that good stuff. Right down over in here. There you go. So that's our merchandise stores. Right over in here. So if you want to get merchandise, just go up to here, about merchandise. Do your thing over here. Great return policy on all the apparel. The hats and the hoodies over here. Make sure you get what you get, because there is no return policy because it's embroidered, right? So you'll see me, I'm wearing these hats every single day. Love them. New era hats, good stuff. So that's my plug. Thank you very much. I can zoom in for you guys if you want to see my hat. I can zoom out a little bit. Yeah, we have lots of yeah. No, you know who I'd love? I'd love Urban. I'm a huge fan of Urban. Here we go. You got to ask me about clothes, right? I love Urban Outfitters because their clothes are very soft and very comfortable. Ah, sweet, Brent. So I love the soft feel of Urban Outfitters. So that's why the women's clothes, they're like very soft over here. If you go over, like, their stuff's all real soft, right? So you come over in here, you get, you know, for the women's stuff right here, it's like this brand, I really like it. It's got this the flowy, slouchy tank. It's really soft, and it's like what you think for the you know, I can't explain it. It's that soft material, right? I forgot the brand that makes this. Oh, Bella Canvas. They're very soft, very comfortable. Same thing with the dudes' apparel over here. Which one is it? I think the Unis XT is kind of soft, right? Then you got, I mean, but most dudes just like, they like this stuff, right? They like this real basic t-shirt. You won't catch me wearing this stuff like this. You won't catch me dead in this stuff. I hate this stuff. I hate it, not because it's bad, but it's just like, I mean, this is what most dudes wear. I don't wear it. Oops, let me go back over here. Me, on the other hand, because I'm a clothing snob, I kind of would wear stuff like this. You know, like, it's softer, it's more vintage, it's like more better quality, you know, softer quality. Most guys, they don't care, right? They get that construction shirt, they get it free, they wear it, and they put it on. You won't catch me dead wearing that stuff. But yeah, someday I'd love to get Urban Outfitters, some nice, comfortable, soft feel. We have lots of visions, guys. Lots of visions. We'll see if they come to fruition, right? Who the heck knows? It's going great so far. And back to trading. I'm not seeing much of anything right now. Let's pull up the market right now. Let's take a look what's going on. Futures over here. And futures are, you know, still filling that 9 EMA, caught between that 9, that blue line, and the red, the 20 EMA. Right between the 9 and the 20. A bobblehead. Yeah, we'll probably get all that stuff someday, guys, you know. I don't want to give all the secrets away. So, what else we got here? Let's take a look. WMLP. Let's look at that triangle. Let's go back to the 5 minutes. And it's doing its thing, right? Smacking around. So, guys, it's just kind of not much going on right now. It's kind of slowing down. Again, come 11 o'clock or so, guys, we're done, you know. Traders go to lunch, you know. There's no, you know, it slows down after 11, right? Which EMA line should I set up? We personally like the 9 and the 20 EMAs. We like the Big Bear. That's funny. Aleutian bobblehead that talks. Oh, that's the last thing we need. I like the 9 and the 20 EMA and the 50 and the 200. Some people like the 13. If you use the 13 EMA, then you don't really need the 9 and the 20. Right? Mike, that's funny. I don't know what you're doing there. So, yeah, after 11 o'clock, it just kind of slowly dies down. Traders go to lunch, 11 to 11:30 or so, and then to 2:33, and then there's power hour, 3 to 4. So, I'm getting tired. I'm going to shut down in a minute. Maybe take a nap, go for a walk. Actually, today's a good day. I want to lay out in the sun. Kind of get that. You got to get that pre-beach tan before you go to the beach. So I got to I like to lay out for like an hour or so, a couple times a week. So I want to go to beach. It's already got the tan, right? Otherwise I'll burn. So, all right, guys. I'll take a couple minutes here for any of you newbies because we have lots of newbies joining us. If you're YouTube stalking us, that's fine. Do your thing. But all our action happens in the morning, really in our trade rooms, our day trade room and our swing trade room. So our swing trade room / options, a little bit slower in there because we're not, you know, you're not in and out of trades constantly like you are with day trades, right? So we're kind of in here talking in our rooms and doing our thing. Yeah, AVGR potentially waking up, but still got to get above VWAP. And still has that head and shoulders to contend with. Yeah, so we got our trade rooms over here, our alerts. Again, we're not a stock pumping service. Every time we think about that, I usually go on a rant. Dan said I go on too long of rant at times, so I got to slow myself down. If I start talking about alerts, I'm going to start talking a lot. We're not a stock pumping service, right? If you want a stock pumping service to tell you when to get in and out of trades, go pay someone else $200 a month. They'll be glad to take your money. There are many $200 a month services that are stock pumping services, right? You got it. No problem, Chaz. Just take your time and paper trade until you get comfortable. Scale, you know. Awesome, Cherian. Welcome. So yeah, very simple, guys. You want to pay someone for an alert service to tell you when to get in and out of trades. Number one, you're going to end up failing and losing your money. It's going to be a waste of your money. But two, if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. Pay someone $150 to $300 a month, and those services will already have a position. They're going to pump up the stock to you, get you guys all to chase in, and then when you're in the bathroom at work, your water cooler, drinking some water, you're out sick that day, you're having, you know, relationship issues, you're distracted, whatever's going on, they're going to call it the sell alert, and you're going to be chasing their members out. Right? Meanwhile, you're not going to know what the heck support and resistance is, and you're going to fail as a trader. So, guys, perfect example. When I first got started, I had this company. I don't want to call them out. They had incredible marketing, man. They had an amazing marketing. I forgot the name of, I'm not going to say it, but now I kind of remembered it. So, it was an options alert service that you paid $1,500 up front. Right? $1,500 up front for the service. Not monthly, $1,500 up front. And then it was $3,000 a year after that to just call out calls and puts. Random ones. They didn't tell you when. It would get it would be like an email to your phone. And they would tell you when, you know, when to buy and when to sell. But they would be random. How the hell, or heck, sorry. How the hell do you, whatever, I'll say it. How the hell do you trade like that? What if you're in a team meeting at work? You're sick that day. You're out. You're in the bathroom. You know, somebody, you know, news comes out your stock starts tanking, you get the sell order, and you can't sell. What if you're at lunch, you know? What if you're getting reprimanded, you're in your boss's office, you can't sell? There you go. Timber, your option tanking, right? That's a trade alert service. Why the heck do you want that? If you're new, that's lazy. You're going to fail. If you want to become a good trader, you got to do this every single day. Look at thousands of charts and study your butt off for months, if not a year plus. Because trading's hard. It's freaking hard. It takes a long time. That's my rant. I'll stop that one. Because I'll keep going. I'm telling you, newbies, you want to become a good trader. I mean, you know, we ain't claiming to be the best in the world. We're sitting here every day just showing you support and resistance. Because that's what you need to learn. You got to look at this crap every single day, over and over and over, until you drill it in your head, until you start seeing charts in your sleep, right? Until you start walking down the street and you're looking at stores and you're seeing you're walking by, Abercrombie and Fitch, and you see a triangle, and you're like, oh, that looks like a symmetrical triangle on their sign. Is that an ascending triangle, right? That's what you need to do. You need to study charts until you start seeing this stuff. Oh, that looks like a head and shoulders. That kind of stuff, right? It drives me crazy. This is trading, guys. Here's our courses, thousands of dollars. Take them. Spend an hour or two every single day studying your butts off. That's what it's going to take. And right over here, $10 a month. Yes, we're $10 a month. Some people will say $10 a month, question mark, exclamation mark. Like, is that true? Is it a catch? No, it's not a catch. Yes, it is true. $10 a month. Do we offer free trials? No, we don't. We're $10 a month. If it doesn't work, cancel and you lose $10. There you go, right? That's simple. You're not going to find a better deal than what we're offering. And if you think $10 a month, is that a catch? There must be something behind it. I don't know. I only trust a company if they charge more. Then, well, don't pay us. Go pay somebody else $200 a month, right? Man, people are silly nowadays. Anyways, guys, that's my rant. I'm done. Have a wonderful day. And we'll see you guys. I'll probably do something later today, whether it's a watch list or a recap or something going on. We'll be back with you guys a little bit later. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy.